Today we're going to be talking about eviction and what happens when a tenant refuses to leave. Whether you're a tenant facing eviction or a landlord with a tenant that won't leave, you need to know about the County Court Bailiff Warrant of Possession. So what is a possession order? This is a court decision that allows a landlord to take back possession of their property. This is usually for situations where the tenants are in rent arrears. However, even with a possession order, a landlord can't just kick a tenant out of the property. The order will state a date that the tenants must leave, usually with notice of 14 to 28 days after the court decision. Now, if the tenants don't comply and leave by the date in the possession order, the landlord can ask the court to issue a warrant of possession. This gives a new eviction date and can be enforced by a court-appointed bailiff, also known as an enforcement officer. The bailiffs will attend the property on the eviction day and use a locksmith to seize possession if needed and to change the locks. Or, if the possession order has been ignored, the landlord may opt for the case to be transferred to the High Court, where High Court enforcement officers will enforce the eviction, which tends to be a little bit quicker. Now let's talk about the costs. The standard possession order process is £355, but a judge can pass the legal fees to the tenant. Transferring the County Court possession order to the High Court will cost a further £66, and applying for a warrant of possession will cost £121. So what happens during the County Court eviction with the bailiffs? The enforcement agent will provide the tenant with 2 weeks' notice of the planned eviction date. On the day, the agents will arrive between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. if they're from the County Court. However, if they're from the High Court, they can arrive at any time, even in the early morning or late at night. The agents will ask the tenant to leave and hand over the keys. They'll give the tenant reasonable time to remove their belongings, but the tenant should have everything mostly prepared for moving out. If the tenant leaves belongings behind, the landlord has to keep them stored until arrangements are made. But the tenant can be charged if they don't move them out soon afterwards. Finally, how long does a County Court bailiff eviction take? It's often the case that bailiffs can't provide their services instantly. Landlords may have to wait over a month for a County Court bailiff to become available to enforce the warrant. However, a High Court enforcement service will usually be quicker, and the execution of the warrant and eviction will happen on the same day. If you're facing eviction or you're a landlord with a tenant who's refusing to leave, then you may want to seek the advice of a solicitor. There's many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. Just Answer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial. One of my colleagues used their trial to contact a solicitor and save himself £271 on a parking ticket fine. I've linked that offer in the description, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting MoneyNerd, so thank you.